we're going to play 2 games actually in a row. The first and second game. The first one being a... shall we say... well, the first one is a arcade port, and the second one was actually made for home consoles. And well, let's just have a look at Genpei.
Tōma? I think I'm gonna have a stroke just from that background. Alright, we got some sketches of traditional monsters. Oh my. What? Apparently graphics designed by somebody who was several generations behind.
Hey, his hair actually moves when he runs. Has
True,
attention
but
to detail. Also, they drop giant bells on you.
It still has no background, and has sprites that look like they were drawn from maybe the Atari era?
Yep. This is basically a straight arcade port of a game that is almost as old as I am. Now, these little skeletons are actually pretty rad. If you try to fight them head on, they will just stab you. However, when they try to stab you, you can jump onto their spears to stand on them. And then you can defeat them without getting hurt. Also, you see that boat rowed by a skeleton in the sky that's dropping huge brass bells at me?
Yes.
I can actually get up on that boat and kick his ass.
Can you then fly the boat and drop bells on other people? Or
no, it explodes.
Aww.
Like everything does in video games.
Oh no, I mean, there's a tradition from Super Mario Brothers, in fact, of being able to take over the cloud or whatever it is that's dropping objects on you and use it to attack enemies.
Having finally beaten the Swamp, it's time to get into the real meat of the game. Yep, they have actually used multiple sprites to try and simulate proper body motion, something like 15 years before it became viable.
They're kind of trying here, but wow.
Whoa! Giant angry skeleton dude.
I just... Why were you tiny and now you're big and... What?
Silly gaijin.
This has nothing to do with my nationality, and everything to do with my rationality.
No, it's a top-down adventure action game.
What? Make up your mind, you stupid game.
You just can't keep up. Like this spinning top, you're just going round, round, round. Speaking of, why is there a huge spinning top here? That fires small spinning tops at me.
Really, if that's your only question, you're missing a huge amount. Game over.
Yep. So, with this game behind them, they naturally made lots and lots of money. So, what did they do with that money? Well, since Genpei Toramaden was so good, they made Genpei Toramaden Volume 2.
volume seems to suggest there was actually a story to it.
Of course there is. Can't you read?
Sadly, no. At least, not any, kanji or harengara or... yeah.
I think he said something, but I'm not sure what. Right, so they naturally decided to take only the best parts of the first game. Which means that the old lady is back, more detailed than ever. Also her face makes the most amazing thing ever. And this is actually an in-game cutscene. I have no control of what's going on right now.
Well, it's certainly... I mean, it's got a background and everything. It's quite a few steps up.
Right. So then, what were the parts they decided to keep? Well, the super multi-sprites animations that still look like shit. Also those really weird faces. I love those guys.
They were babies before, though. I think they're creepier as babies.
They grew up between games.
Ah, I see. No, that's a quite passable river of blood there.
Just standing here for a minute so I have the frame so I can GIF that later on, because my god, that face is So, since there seems to be a river of blood in the background, I suspect that we are passing across the Sanzu, which literally means blood river.
Watch out, faces got spears.
Yep. They got spearheads. Funny thing, you can actually hold down the attack button to keep your sword out, and then just run with it. However, it's only good for one hit, which means that it is 100% useless. Greatest sword duel ever. What I still haven't figured out is how the hell you use that magic and stuff you pick up.
Again, there's only 2 buttons, and I guess a start and a select.
Yeah, start does nothing, select does nothing.
That was a surprisingly accurate monkey skeleton.
I think it's supposed to be a dog.
Oh, well then it's surprisingly inaccurate. Because it looks like a baboon.
Yeah, it really does. Fun thing about these little rocks here, I am not allowed to touch the papers as those are ghost-killing... I forget what they call it, change the paper slips that priests make. Let's see if we can just run to the end level there. Oh, that was close. And we're up against the same first boss as was in the first game. Way to keep things relevant for the new generation, guys.
Well, to be fair, this is a little bit more like a remake that actually didn't quite suck so bad, as opposed to an entirely new game.
It still sucks really bad, though.
Yes. It just sucks a little less bad.
Yeah. I mean, anything's better than nothing, I suppose. God, I really love that old lady. She is loving this shit. Well, now that we've had a look at that, let's forget that Genpei Toramaden ever existed.
And deleting memory? 50%? 75%? Done!